A Kenyan national started Tarps and Shades, a company that is changing the way tarpaulin products are used in Africa. VOA technology correspondent Paul Ndiho joins us now with more. Hello, Paul.
Thanks, Esther. Sailesh Chudasama is bringing new technology to aquaculture in Africa. Sailesh has been inspiring and teaching Africans about sustainable freshwater aquaculture for the past 4 years. I spoke with him in Accra, Ghana.
What we do is we actually manufacture tarpaulin products. And one of the products we manufacture is the tarpaulin tanks. Now, I am also trained in this Biofloc technology. So I am training people in the Biofloc technology. I have tried to bring the technology such that people can learn how to do fish farming using this technology and using the tarpaulin tanks that we produce. The idea was to change lives across Africa, and we are also doing it across the globe. So what I realized is that some of the technologies that are currently being used are not sustainable. They are not very profitable. This is a very sustainable aquaculture technology that is profitable, environmentally friendly, and also quite profitable because what it does is it reduces your requirement of feed in the production cycle.
You talked about how you can produce maybe you can start with maybe a small production to large-scale production, meaning that you can produce like 7 tons of fish. Do you have the market to consume that fish?
Yes, 72 tons per acre, 72. The market for fish will never end because it's a good source of protein. More so with this kind of fish, which is organic. And then what happens is you normally have it in small tanks. You don't have it in a large pond. So you don't necessarily have to harvest all at once.
Okay.
You can do partial harvesting by tank. So you harvest one tank, maybe you get 2 or 3 tons. Then after a few days, you harvest a few more tanks, depending on your demand.
In terms of species, the different species out there, are you limited to what you can farm using your technology, or you can basically go out and do whatever you want to do on a variety of different species?
So this technology is good for any freshwater fish and also for shrimps, freshwater shrimp. I mean, you can do catfish, you can do tilapia, you can do any freshwater fish. But it's better for what we call filter feeders. Filter feeders are like shrimp and tilapia that consume feed as they are taking in water from the water body. So it helps them to utilize more of the microbial protein or the floc that is in the water as they are taking in the water for oxygenation purposes. And the way the system is designed, if done properly, it's supposed to be a disease-free system. So that also helps you to achieve better production levels.
How much personnel do you need on a site?
You don't really require a lot of personnel, just a few people to manage the system, to check parameters, and to do the feeding.
Does this require specialized skills, or any person can do it?
Anybody with a basic understanding of science who then undergoes a training can do this system.
Earlier you talked about scale. Do you see the possibility of scaling this to other countries where people, for example, in places where people have no access to the sea, to fresh water lakes? Do you see yourself maybe taking this technology to some of these countries?
Yes, there's a lot of interest from various countries, and we hope to take it to as many countries as possible in Africa, so that we can make Africa food secure and create the jobs that we hope to create.
Earlier, you also talked about how there is less risk when it comes to diseases. What's the science behind that?
So the science behind that is, number one, the biosecurity. Normally, these farms are in a controlled environment, so they are not open like the open ponds. So number one, you would control access to your ponds. So somebody coming from another farm with diseases and all would not easily be able to access your tanks and to be able to make contact with the water and the fish. When your water quality is not conducive, it results to certain diseases.
I look forward to learning more about this stuff. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Sailesh Chudasama is the founder of the Ghana-based company Tarps and Shades. That's today's Tech Report. Back to you, Esther.
Paul, thanks. Be sure to join Paul Ndiho each Wednesday for another tech segment right here on Africa 54.